Have you ever wondered, does a VA have a limit on the number of conditions that you can claim at one time when you're filing your claim? Stick around and I'll explain. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Dwayne Kimball, owner founder of KMD89 and VA Claims Consulting, and also I'm a United States Army veteran. I've been getting asked this question, I think over the past couple of days. A lot of veterans have been saying, hey, Dwayne, is there a limit on the number of conditions that I can claim when I'm submitting my claim to the VA? And as a previous rating specialist, I've rated hundreds of claims, okay? And there's no limit on the number of conditions that you can claim at one time. But yes, there is a but. But before I get into what that but is, I think the largest claim that I ever rated was 68 claim conditions. Now, there's no limit. And some people may say, well, raters don't want you to claim all these things at one time, or raters don't. There's hundreds of raters. They all think different. When I rated, I didn't care if you claimed 100 things or if you claimed 2 things. I still had to rate that claim. Now, depending on what type of mood I was in that day, if I wasn't feeling well, would I want to rate a 60 or 70 issue claim? No, but that was my job. I still had to do it, okay? But like I said, there is a but, and that but is this. Several veterans, or a lot of veterans, do not know how to word that claim, okay? And this is what I mean. So if a veteran claims, let's say 70 different things, it gets to the rater, okay? Now, depending on what they're doing, one, if they have to review that to see which CMP exams that the veteran is warranted, or if they get the claim and the exams are already done. So I'm going to explain both those scenarios, okay? So let's just say the veteran claims 70 different things, and you have to review that file to create medical requests for a CMP exam. And there's 70 different issues. Well, as you go down, what I would do when I would go down and look at all those different conditions, let's just say there's 70 conditions. I already knew it wasn't going to be 70 conditions. It may be about 40 different conditions. And here's why. Because I've seen veterans claim back arthritis, upper back pain, middle back pain, lower back pain, back strain. Now, there's 5 different conditions listed on that claim form. Now, when a rater or VSR is looking to request that CMP exam, they're only going to request it for one condition, the back. That examiner or the third-party contract has to say, do they have arthritis? Do they have pain? Is there a strain? What's the actual diagnosis? But the thoracolumbar spine, whether it's the upper, middle, lower, arthritis, is one claim. That's it. Okay? So a lot of veterans, they don't know how to word it, and they end up with like 70, 80 different conditions, but a lot of those are going to be combined in one rating. Not one rating decision, but one condition in the rating decision. Now, another common miswording. Veterans claiming, I'm claiming PTSD. I'm claiming depression. I'm claiming anxiety. I'm claiming mood disorder. I'm claiming a mental condition. That's 5 different things. But guess what? They're all going to be rated under one. So the examiner or the mental health professional has to state, what's the primary diagnosis? Okay. In a mental, it doesn't matter because the criteria for the 0, 10, 50, 70, and 100% is the same. I think I said 30%, but 0, 10, 30, 50, 70, 100. Okay. So you look at other joints. Veteran may say right knee pain, right knee strain, right knee arthritis. Now, the trick with the knee is it has several different diagnostic codes. And depending on that range of motion, the veteran may be granted service connection up to three different diagnoses: extension, flexion, and possibly instability if they have reduced range of motion for flexion, reduced range of motion for extension, and reduced range, I'm sorry, not reduced range of motion, but instability, like lateral instability or something like that. Okay. But again, it's just going to depend on what's the diagnosis on that particular DBQ that third party contractor or even your private doctor, when they complete the DBQ, if it's one diagnosis or two, and then in the DBQ, the doctor has to say, hey, does the veteran have arthritis? Is it confirmed by X-ray, or is there any other testing that was done? Okay. And then for the joints, the doctor has to state that they measured the range of motion by using a gonometer. Okay. Now, let's just say when that exam comes back and another rater gets that, it's still 70 conditions on that claim form. Now, what I would do is I would look at the claim form. I would look through the CMP exams to see which exams were requested based on the conditions claimed. But I would go through those conditions and say, okay, the veteran's claiming, I would lump everything together. Like I said, all the mental, all the back conditions and stuff like that. And that brings the number of claim conditions down. All right. And then I would immediately take a quick review of those medical records, mainly looking at the entrance exam and looking at the separation exam, because the regulation doesn't state you have to be seen multiple times. It just states that in your medical records, you have to show a complaint, treatment, diagnosis, injury, and or disease. Okay. So those are things I'm looking for. And depending on if the vet is still on active duty, they've been out less than a year, or they've been out past a year, is going to determine if they get not only the diagnosis, but also a medical opinion. All right. And I'm looking, can I grant something? There's a positive opinion somewhere. Can I grant 2 or 3 things? Yep. So then I know if I have to defer, I'm going to grant what I can grant first. And then I'm going to start going to see, okay, is the next item, is it a grant? If it's a denial, if it's a deferred, which is okay, but I hope I'm granting more than I'm denying, because you can't deny and defer. You have to grant something. Okay. So you can, out of those 70 things, let's say end up being 40 conditions, you can grant one and deny, let's say you can grant 10. If it's 40 conditions, you can grant 10, deny maybe 25 of them, then the rest of them you can defer. Or you can just grant one, deny all of them except one, and defer one. Right. So there's different scenarios for each one, because obviously each claim is a little bit different. All right. But what I want you to understand mainly is there is no limit on the number of conditions that you can claim. Now, would I claim 70 conditions? Probably not. That's just me. I'm not telling you you shouldn't or you should not. But I will say this: think about the wording. Okay. If you're claiming a particular condition, clump them together. Like I said, upper back, middle back, lower back pain. That's 3 conditions. Just say, you could say that, but put it in one line. It's one claim. And I've seen claims where issue number 1, upper back pain. Then I get down to issue 39, middle back pain. Then you get to issue 70, lower back pain. Think, people. We have to think. These VA employees on quotas. Help them out. Put everything in order. Clump them together. Put everything in order. But again, this is your claim. If you want to word it and put everything like a puzzle piece, that's totally up to you. There's nothing against it. Only thing I'm saying, keep in mind, these VA employees on quotas, and they're going through these claims on a fast pace. But number one, there is no limit of the number of conditions that you can claim at one time. All right. So with that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and don't forget to share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you.